What is up, Tube You? Welcome to Foxtrotter 6. Thank you for being here. Today's video is going to be all about the battle belt. Whatever you want to call this, battle belt, range belt, shooter's belt. I think you get the point, but let's break these things down. Let's talk about let's thank today's sponsor, and that will be my whiskey cabinet, Weller 12. So those of you that care to listen to me talk, go pour yourself a drink, open up a beer, grab a bottle of whatever your thing is, grab a bottle of water, whatever your thing is, just sit back and let's talk about battle belts. All right, so let's start with this entire belt and where I think you can cut corners and can't cut corners. And the first thing is going to be with your holster. You know, with a range belt or a battle belt, you need a good holster. And I run, of course, the Glock Model 45 with a Surefire X300 Holosun 509T. Do think whenever you start to build your range belt, this is one area you don't want to skip out on. Now, there are options that can get you started, but I will tell you, be prepared to spend some money on a Safariland holster. This is what I recommend. These are kind of the standard, and your gun will just fit in there so nicely with minimal rattle, and these things are just built and proven to last and work for a really long time. I don't know of anyone ever breaking a Safariland holster. And what's cool is you can get their little mount system, and you can bounce this from rig to rig, or even you just wanted to wear it with your regular belt. But this is where you're going to spend the most money. Guys, if you can buy used stuff, buy used stuff, especially if it comes to your higher end brands. You can buy this stuff used. It will really help you save a little bit of money. Anyways, now that we got the sidearm out of the way, this is actually, the belt itself is going to be S-Stack, and I will link that in my description below. And S-Stack will send you this kind of Velcro belt that will go through your belt loops, and that's what everything will Velcro and stick to. I would like to note that I like to keep things simple. When it comes to gun accessories and things that are going to be on my body, less is usually more. I've noticed these guys, when you get on YouTube, they're just carrying around a gun safe, and they look like they're going for like a 12-day battle, and good for them for training like that. However, right now my particular range belt, battle belt, is really specifically just set up to the range that I have here on my property. So you will notice I don't have like a massive med kit. I'm a first responder, so I already have several med kits either on me or they're going to be there on the range or in my truck. Sometimes I will remove the dump pouch and put my med kit back here, but I'm showing you this configuration and what I use the most. What I have my mags in are going to be S-Stack as well. These are the pistol magazines. E-Stack, S-Stack, I don't know how you pronounce that, but these are kind of a pressurized mag holster. They have this piece of plastic in them that is really thick, and you can tighten it or loosen it by pulling it out and stretching it out. But these things are awesome because they're not too heavy, they're really lightweight, and they seem to last a really long time. I have nothing but good things to say about these mag holsters here. And the same thing with what's my AR mags are in. These are S-Stack as well. I really like the S-Stack smooth, or I have some that are smooth for each, and then some that have the webbing here that you could add more attachments. The reason I went with S-Stack is because really it just seemed to be a one-stop shop, and they don't have all of the strings and the tighteners and all of the flaps to put over, because that's just more things that I feel I'm going to get hung up with. So less is more. I want things to be super simple. And speaking of super simple, what's cool about the S-Stack mags is the mag holsters. Here's an AK mag, and as you can see, it fits in there just fine. So these are kind of universal. They probably don't want me to tell you that, but you can get the AK-47 holsters, mag holsters, and your AR-15 and AK mags will all work in them. These are the mid, I think. They may be the tall. I don't know. You'll have to look on there and see, but they actually work for ARs and AKs, which is really cool. We'll get over here behind the mags, and I do have a tourniquet. This is definitely not just for looks. This is something that unfortunately you may have to use one day. I hope no one ever does, but chances are bad things can happen with bullets. It's going to usually happen on the range, even if you're just shooting stuff, and you know, something ricochets back or whatever. But tourniquet is extremely important. So tourniquet's right behind the mags. This dump pouch here is probably the least thing that I use. Normally I'm throwing my stuff on the ground. However, if I was training for battle, the dump pouch would be taken a little more serious. One thing about S-Stacks gear is it stays like brand new forever. I've had this belt for, well, you can see it's covered in mud. I've had this belt for quite some time and I still feel it's not even broke in. And the same thing with this dump pouch is it sounds and feels brand new. It's not loose, and I like that it stays kind of poofed out like this because it's just easier to drop stuff in. And behind my dump pouch, I have just this little cheap pouch here, and I find I use this a lot more than I would a knife or something. I do have an Essie knife, the Rowan, and if I did have to attach a knife, it would probably be this. However, I really don't see for my range belt needing a knife attached to it because I either have that or I carry a pocket knife. So really some badass tactical knife would honestly probably just be for looks. I doubt I would even use it. But back to this little pouch deal, I have a chem stick, and inside this pouch, I normally would just keep my phone, a multi-tool and a Glock tool, and of course a bag of Redman. The OGs will know how hard this stuff is to get. So I'd put my cell phone, tobacco, multi-tools, whatever it may be. I find myself needing a pouch on this system a lot more. So you're probably looking at this setup thinking this is really simple and basic, and correct you are. This is simple and basic, and that's why I like it, and that's why this works for me. But what I really like about it is that it's kind of a one-stop shop. Yeah, no need to make this video really long and drawn out. Give S-Stack a look at, check out their stuff, it's durable. If you found today's video helpful and like this battle belt setup, or just want to tell me about what your battle belt is, please do. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is Fox, and cheers.